Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Rick and Mark, for that amazing introduction. First, thank you to Quality California for what is a truly tremendous honor. I also want to acknowledge the many staff, board members, volunteers, and donors I worked with during my tenure. Having you here means so much, and all of you have changed me in such a wonderful and profound way. And to my husband, where are you? James Williamson. I am so lucky I get to wake up every day and choose you, and there's no one I would rather be on this journey with. I love you, honey. So, a few months ago, I was at dinner with a group of friends and was sitting next to someone who I'd never met before. And we started talking about what we did for work. And at one point he asked me, what happened in your life that led you to want to do civil rights work? I didn't have a ready answer, but as I thought about it during our meal, the answer quickly came. So much of my passion for social justice comes from my parents and from my Jewish heritage. At a very early age, I learned about anti-Semitism and what can happen when those in power want to deny other people their humanity. My grandparents all fled Europe in time, but they all lost relatives who were slaughtered in the Holocaust. I also learned at an early age how being different could truly limit one's opportunities. My dad, Murray, who is 88 and lives here in Palm Springs, who many of you have met, he graduated number 3 in his class from NYU Law School over 60 years ago. Yet despite graduating so high up in his class from such a highly respected school, he, like other Jewish students at the time, didn't get a single job offer from any of the Wall Street law firms. So he started his own firm. And my parents moved my brother Robert, who is here with his family, and me to Great Neck on Long Island because it was a predominantly Jewish community. And my parents wanted to shield us from the name-calling and hostility that comes with anti-Semitism. My mom, who passed away 8 years ago, and who I miss every day, experienced discrimination in the workplace, both for being Jewish and for being a woman. So she focused her energy on raising my brother, I, and our sister, and became active locally in politics. It comes from somewhere. She was elected as a Democratic representative to the state party, and we had the great fun of working together on several campaigns when I was in high school. Her plan, and Jewish mothers always have a plan, was for me to run for office. She was an incredible woman, always pushing me to pursue my dreams. You know, anytime I hesitated to do something out of fear of failure, it was my mom who could keep me on track, always reminding me that the only way to guarantee failure was to not try. My parents, through their example, taught me to never let others define me or limit what I could do simply because of who I am. However, in my last year at Stanford Law School, when it came time to apply for jobs, it was made clear in the recruiting office that including my position with the LGBT Law Students Organization would be a huge mistake, would limit my possibilities. Regrettably, I followed that advice. As a result, unlike my dad, I received lots of job offers. And I accepted one and moved to Washington, D.C. to work as a pro-environmental attorney. Now, this was during the Reagan administration, and I soon learned that almost every LGBT person working in law or in politics was in the closet. Well, after a year of this dehumanizing experience, I decided to return to San Francisco. And as fate would have it, I received a letter from one of the law firms who had offered me a job a year before. They told me the offer was open, and just tell them when, and they'd pay to move me back to San Francisco. However, having had the experience I did in DC, I decided I needed to find out what it would be like to be a gay attorney in that firm. So I contacted and spoke with several of the younger attorneys and asked them. Every one of them told me to keep my so-called private life a secret at work. In just a week, I was back in DC, and I received a letter from the law firm withdrawing my offer, saying it wasn't a good fit. I truly understood at that moment what my parents went through and what it felt like to be discriminated against. At that time, 1988, it was totally legal to refuse to hire someone in California simply because of their sexual orientation. But like my parents, being subjected to discrimination did not keep me down. In fact, it motivated me. It's what got me involved and fueled my work for social justice that eventually led me to this wonderful organization, Equality California. So, thank you. In 2002, as Rick mentioned, just a few months after I became Equality California, I lived about 4 blocks from here, the small board and I set out that ambitious plan to achieve full legal equality for LGBT Californians within a decade. And when we partnered with Mark on that marriage bill in 2004, we met huge resistance, including in our own community. People were certain that we'd fail, and they were fearful that we were risking the domestic partners law that just got signed the year before. But whenever fear entered the equation, I channeled my mom and her reminder that the only way to guarantee we'd fail was to not try. Equality California has achieved even more than that group of us imagined back in 2002. And I am so proud to be part of an organization that under Rick's leadership and this board and staff is continuing to risk failure to move the agenda for our full equality. So thank you to all of them for everything they do. So I have been so fortunate to have had the opportunity to pursue my passion for social justice, the passion my parents instilled in me. They taught me to fight for what I believe in and to never give up my dreams. One other thing my mom always said to us and said to me was, "Kid, this life isn't a dress rehearsal, so what are you waiting for?" Well, in less than a month, I hope to be able to fulfill a long-deferred dream and my mom's plan by being elected to the Palm Springs City Council. Thank you. So I very humbly accept this incredible honor in my parents' honor, and thank you all so very, very much. Thank you.